Hello, bienvenidos amigos. Good day, my friends. Welcome to another Sunday morning stream. Today we're going to be flying the beautiful Cessna 182RG that has been updated because the one that comes in the game, not that comes in the game, the one that you buy, looks kind of old and beat up. So I downloaded an add-on that cleans it up and makes it look really, really nice. It makes it look like you spent a lot of money fixing up the airplane. And that's the plane we're going to fly today. Although we could fly the Blackwing. I've been studying a little bit about the Blackwing. I know how to fly it better. But for this cross-country flight that we're going to be doing, I think the 182RG is a really good plane for this. This is the 182RG. RG means retractable gear, so it's not really retractable, kind of like it bends. It twitches upwards into itself. These are the different liveries that we have available for us. They're all pretty snazzy, pretty cool. I'm thinking about taking this one, red one, you know, nice white and red airplane. And weight and balance, we're gonna fill it up a little bit with some gasoline. We're gonna get up to maybe 70 gallons, 70%. That's 21 gallons on each side. Because I think it's going to be good. Flight conditions. We're going to put all the players in the sim so that people can see us. If you want to come in and fly, I am in the East USA server. So, you know, we could fly together if you want to. So I'm going to be there. Air traffic, I'm not gonna put any air traffic, and we're gonna go with live weather and live time. And we're gonna be taking off today from Guadalajara, which is MMGL, Mike Golf Lima. Right here. Don Miguel Hidalgo International Airport. That's the airport we're gonna be taking off from. We're set that as our departure, and we're gonna start off from a small ramp. So let's go ahead and put one of the small, not a gate, I want a ramp. Parking, right next to it. I don't know, put me in a small ramp parking. Here we are. Oh, they're all right here. Okay, no problem. No problema. And we'll do this. Here, by the way, is here is what I want to. Let me see. My plan. Where's my plan? Edge. Why is Edge not showing up? Sky Vector. Ta-da! Here's the route that we want to take. We want to take off from Guadalajara, then fly between these mountains here to the southeast of the airport, or maybe we could go straight out and down. That's going to be visual. We're going to be taking. Ooh, it's hazy. Anyways, okay. So we're going to take this way. We're going to go that way to around this point, more or less, and then we're going to fly to this point over here. We're going to have to fly pretty high up. I'm thinking around 10,000 feet. The ground at Guadalajara is 5,000 feet, so we're gonna have to take off with the airplane leaned, and then go this way, go through here, be here. So I'm thinking we should go around, since we're going to the west, we'll go 10,500 feet. The mountains will still be higher than the plane on this side. On this side will be just around, will be good. And we'll come here through this pass right next to this volcano, and then head to Colima, and then from Colima go around the bottom of these mountains and then head to Manzanillo, which is right on the ocean. So That's the plan. And now we're going to put that plan that we have there, we're going to try to put it into our GPS, which is a pretty old GPS. I don't know how I can put these coordinates into that GPS. Maybe we're going to have to put the other GPS in. Or I could, ¿cómo se dice? Just dead reckon it. We may have to dead reckon it and then do it all visually, which is another idea. I think we could do that. We could dead reckon and then visual, because we have a lot of landmarks. We have a lot of landmarks that we can see if the haze permits, so that we can take off. This, guys, is the plane. Check it out. This is November 4 to Mike Romeo Echo for today. Beautiful. It's a beautiful airplane. This is what it looks like on the inside. That part looks beat up right here. This looks really beat up. It's old. It's an old airplane. These were made in the 70s. And that's the back. And it looks like all of the upholstery has been cleaned. Because in the one that is not, the one that when you buy it, all of this is dirty. Dirty and old. And it looks old. It looks beat up. And then with this add-on, it looks cleaner, you know, so yeah, it looks a lot cleaner. Okie dokie, we are going to stop my music from playing here in the background so we can get started in putting this on the plane. Let's turn on, let's see, battery. Okay, the fuel selector is on the thing. Trim is correct. Cowl flaps are open. We can now start turning on the airplane. The battery goes on. I'm trying to think if I can put the other GPS, the newer GPS. Let's see. Well, I think I do have a newer GPS. We do have a newer GPS. Oh, but let's go with the old. Let's go with the old, and we'll try to do it visually. That's what we're gonna try to do. Okay. We're gonna turn on our beacon lights. We're gonna turn on our make sure that there's nothing obstructing. The pitot covers have been taken off. Yeah, all of that is ready. Cool. We go ahead and we full mixture, full throttle, RPM, and just a little bit of throttle, not too much. This one has a primer, so we can go ahead and prime the engine. 1, 2, and we can turn on fuel pump. 1 more, and let's turn this sucker on. Why isn't it starting? It's not even moving. Oh, because I haven't turned the battery on. That's why. No wonder. Battery comes on. Alternator comes on. And now we turn the fuel pump on. Now we got some fuel flow in there. Yeah. Let's see, where's the fuel flow indicator here? Fuel pressure right here. That's not doing anything. There we go. Oh, here's our fuel flow indicator, 2.4 gallons per hour at the moment. We're going to keep the plane at 1,000 RPMs. All right, and now we're going to lean, because we are at around 5,000. So I want to lean it so that we are not mucking up our spark plugs. Cool, now we can turn on our avionics. We can turn on our navigator lights, and in this case our taxi lights and our landing lights. We're going to leave those on. And we're going to wait for the GPS to boot up so that we can put our flight plan in here. Coffee day today. Hope you guys are having a nice coffee break. Okie dokie. There we go. It's looking for satellites. Let's go outside. That guy talking on the phone? Yeah, I think he's talking. Maybe he was just adjusting his headset. And that dude over there don't care. Alright, our GPS is on. So let's turn our to flight plan mode. And we're going to add, the first one is Mike Mike Golf Lima. Mike Mike Golf Lima, which is where we are at. And our destination will be Mike Mike Zulu Oscar. Mike Mike Zulu Oscar. Playa de Oro, Manzanillo. Fantastic. And now we have to add in some points here in the middle. And I don't know if we can add these. Can we add these? Let's see. Should be 20, 27, 43 north. Yeah, we can only add waypoints, can we? Press enter for dupes. No. Yeah, we can only add waypoint information. World low. Is there any waypoint there on the way? No, there isn't any waypoint. We can add. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and just add Colima. So we're gonna clear, and we're just gonna add Colima, which is COL. That's a VOR. That's the Colima VOR. That's what we're going to be putting in here. COL. Colima, Mexico. Yes, sir. 76 miles. Okay, our flight plan is done. And we're going to have to use this visually more. Right? We're going to be heading to the, let's see, what does my flight plan say? 249 degrees at the start. So we'll put that here, 249. All right. And we'll put this one here too, 249. Ooh. Hello, darling. Stay here with me, 249. Cool. And that way, when we take off, we head in that direction for 13 nautical miles, which will be, according to my map, before we get to these lakes. So we should get past this lake. Just around here, pretty much. And then we'll see the pass, because there's another lake ahead of it, and that's the one we're not gonna pass over. All right. Let's get this puppy started. Oh, let's get VATSIM going. We haven't even put VATSIM on vPilot. There's nobody around, but you know, I like to practice, so we'll put vPilot on. We're connecting, we're applying the C28, C82 that is. Okay, we're gonna put our flight plan. We're going VFR from Mike Mike Golf Lima to Mike Mike Zulu Oscar. And we're taking off at 15:30, 15:20. Oh, we haven't put our speed here. Let's see, we're going to be flying at around 150 knots maybe. And 10,500, yeah. So it's going to take us about an hour, which is perfect. It's going to be a short stream today probably because I've got family over here today, and so we're taking them out to the beach. So we're going to be about an hour. And our fuel available is going to be 3. And we're going to be going on 150, and we're going to be going around 10,500. And we're going to just say we're going direct, even though, oh no, we're not. We're going to Colima, and then we're going to MM Zulu Oscar. All right. File flight plan. Flight plan has been filed. And now we can just make sure that our settings are proper. All right. November 42 Mike Romeo Echo, mic check. Just in case somebody's around, which I doubt it. Yeah. Let's see. VATSIM map. Map. And where we are at, there is nobody. Nobody. Actually, there's this one guy in Guadalajara. Oh no, that's us. It's me showing up on the VATSIM map. Okay. So other than that, there's nobody. Just us. Alright, let me look here at SkyVector so that we can see where our... According to SkyVector, 5 statute miles, so we really won't be able to see that much because of the haze. Few clouds at 300, flight level 300. And then it says our altitude will be 30.19. And there's no wind. So let's put this in here, 30.19. All right. According to the chart, we are at 5,013 feet, so this makes sense right now. And now we can, I guess, choose our, we can go ahead and choose whichever runway we want. Since there's no wind, wind is not a factor. Let's choose a large one because we are in high altitude, and so let's go for, oh, both runways are super huge. Super huge. Let's choose runway 29er. Guadalajara traffic, November 42 Mike Romeo Echo, type Cessna 182, taxiing to runway 29er. All right, let's go to runway 29er. Take the brakes off. And look, there's an icon. What that little icon is doing here. Let's look at the VFR map. There we are. So 29er should be just over on this side. Ooh, going in the middle of the taxiway here. Alright, and here we need to turn to the left. Okie dokie, here we are going towards the left. So let's do a little bit of quick math here. We are only going to be going in this direction for 13 nautical miles. If this plane is going at, I don't know how fast we're going to be going by then. Let's say we're going at 100 knots. That means that it's only going to take us 13 minutes, right? Close to, anyways. Before we need to take our turn 170 degrees to the south. Actually, turn heading 173. This plane's nose really goes down when you push the brakes. See, ooh. All right, I need to look up a little more. And we can hide this map. And we can look up. Here we are. Runway 29er. All right. Let's prepare for takeoff. First notch of flaps. Okay, this is already on that. We're going to put the camera right around here. And we are leaned. Yeah, we're leaned. And we start applying throttle. Oh, wait. There's one thing we didn't put. We have to put our transponder in 1200, which is VFR. There we are. So, and we are in altitude mode. That's good. And we're going to go up to 10,000. We said 10,000. 10,500. There we go. Let's check our barometric pressure, make sure that this thing is saying the correct thing, and it is not. It's saying 22. It should be saying 30.19er. Yeah, let's put this at 30.19er. 30.19er. There we are. Now we're set. And we say on the radio, Guadalajara traffic, Cessna Mike Romeo Echo taking off runway 29er for a southwest departure, Guadalajara. Full power. We release the brakes. And we just keep it steady. Look at that windsock. That windsock is not moving at all. There's no wind. So we just keep it steady here. Here we are, 50 knots, 60 knots, and we lift off. Everything is looking dandy. Alright, we pitch to 70. Our gear comes up. And our flaps come up. It's very nice. Very nice climb out. All right. So now we want to start pointing our plane to the arrow that we set before. Because that's where we're going to need to be heading. Ooh, for the next around 10 minutes. So Alexa, start a 10-minute timer.
10 minutes, starting now.
We're going to let Alexa be our timer. Although I think the plane has a timer somewhere. I don't know where. I haven't figured it out yet. Oh, here. Clock. We have a clock. Little Noyun timer with an alarm. That would be cool. Look, there's the mountains right ahead. Gonna keep leaning during our descent so that we don't lose that power that we have right now that's giving us that lift. And then when we get to 10 minutes, then we're going to turn to the south. We're going to head to 173. We're going to have to go over these mountains. These mountains that are right ahead of us are in the map. They are these mountains. Here. This mountains right here. So we can see that we're doing good. That's a cool thing about flying in Central America and all these places, is that you can see the landmarks. Like if you fly in the States where everything is flat, you really can't. You don't have no idea where you're going. It's just like, oh, GPS better guide me. Jesus, take the wheel. But here in Mexico and Central America in general, you got tons of waypoints. I mean, you got tons of landmarks that will help you. There we go, guys. Isn't that beautiful? That's a beautiful airplane. Once the gear is up, it looks sleek. It looks super sleek, super sexy. Sexy plane. Oops. Sorry about that. I haven't taken that off. Oh my gosh, this whole time. You guys don't say anything. You guys are so quiet. Turning back here. Cheers for those of you who have started drinking your coffee. Before we get to that lake, we're going to be turning to the south. So that lake ahead of us, we're not going to be flying over it. We're going to be turning south before we get to it. But we're going to be going in that general valley between all of these mountains. Between all of these mountains is where I'm thinking we're going to be going. Yeah, through this valley to the south. 10,500 feet, we really should not be getting air sickness, you know, but you never know. Everybody's body is different. So if you have some discomfort, let me know, because we do have oxygen tanks in the back for the passengers. Because for these kind of flights, when you're flying up high, you need oxygen. And I'm not sure where they hook up, if it's built into the plane or if they have to have a little canister. On the Pipers, I know that's a little bottle, it's a little oxygen bottle, and you just put your mask on, turn the bottle on, and you're breathing. You breathe in nice, delicious, beautiful air. There's a little valley that we're going to be going down. We could start going down into it now. Okay, we're at 10,000 feet. So now we adjust our manifold pressure and our RPMs for cruise. There we go. So now we're going to start going faster as soon as we start leveling out. Oh, also we need to check our leaning here. There we are. Our inner plane is leaned right around here. Cool. We are rich of peak. So now we start trimming the nose down and just hold in here. Okay, our next waypoint is, we said 173. So let's head 173. 173. There we go. And let's put our heading indicator there. 173. And let's go ahead and start our turn. We're eyeballing it anyways, so. Okay, let's keep our nose down. It's a very shallow turn we're doing here. And that's the little valley that's going to take us all the way down. For this part, we're doing 31 nautical miles. Okay. Let's see how we're doing against the ground. It says 131, so we're good. So that we should be in about 14 minutes. Alexa, stop timer.
Timer canceled.
Alexa, start a 13-minute timer.
13 minutes. Starting now.
So we're going to be heading in this direction for about 13 minutes. And you know what? Now we can go ahead and set our heading. Autopilot. Autopilot heading. And I can tell this sucker that we're going to be going at this speed. Arm the altitude and just slowly level out at 10,500 because we're high. See? And now we can relax a little bit. Oh, we're going to follow the heading, please. Heading. And now we can chill. We can chill just a little bit. Unless, of course, we see a huge ass mountain in our way. You know? But other than that, we should be golden. Let's look at our map. Yep, we're going in the right direction towards Colima. And I'm thinking, I don't see any big ass mountains in the way. We could go direct Colima. Yeah, but we're basically going through the valleys. These little valleys over here. Ooh. Let's see. There we go. That's beautiful. That looks great, doesn't it? Let's see, we can turn off our taxi lights and our landing lights. We can beacon set, this is set. We don't need the pitot heat. Fuel pump, we can turn that off. We are at around, what's that, 10, 15 degrees Celsius. 15 degrees Celsius at 10,500. So 15 degrees Celsius. Wait. Okay. At, yikes. Okay. So 15 is going to be, this is 30, so it's going to be halfway around here. And our altitude is around here, 1500, right? So 15 degrees at 1000. Oh, actually, this is 1500. This is, there we are. Cool. So this says that our, is it true? Are we going that fast? 144 knots. And this thing says we're about 144 knots. So yeah, it makes sense. Check it out. Math. It's wonderful. We're going pretty fast, 143 on a naturally aspirated piston airplane. That's one beefy engine we got up there in the front. Delicious coffee. Hola, Josafat. No wonder all flights are late. Are we there yet? We're not there yet. We're getting there. We're almost there. Yeah. We are in how about now? We are closer now. We are closer now. Every second, we are 1 second closer to our destination. You're asking like if I was Papá Pitufo. Papá Pitufo, ya vamos a llegar. Yeah. Queda cerca, Papá Pitufo. Pues sí, la vista está bonita. From Chile, welcome. Hey! Josafat, last week I flew in Chile. I was in Chile and we flew to Bariloche. And I think that video, you can see it on YouTube. It's there on YouTube. And it was beautiful right now. It's beautiful down there. It's all nice and snowy. And all the ski places are open, I think. We saw I think it was called Valle Suizo or something like that, or Colonia Suiza, the Swiss colony, and it's beautiful. Hicimos el atravesando las montañas, no, passing through the mountains and the rivers of the Lake District. until we got to Bariloche. And then we bought chocolates. Isn't that what you do in Bariloche? Have you ever been to Bariloche? That would be cool. Is it cool? Is it? My dad went, pero in the 1980s, and he said it was nice. It was beautiful. I don't know how it is now. It's been quite a bit since then, but I imagine it's still a classy place, right? Right now, Josafat, we're going from Guadalajara in Mexico to the coast. Ah, you are in Viña del Mar currently, but you are from Mexico. I see. Cool. Well, awesome, man. I've seen you around the Geekos. You're a Oye Escucha, right? You listen to the show. You like our show? Have you ever been to Guadalajara, or have you ever been to Manzanillo, which is where we're going? Vamos a Costa Alegre International Airport en Manzanillo. Right now we're going to fly over Colima, and then once we're over at Colima, then we're going to turn to Manzanillo. See, this is the plan. I think you can see here. This is the plan we had. De Guadalajara, flying this way, then through this valley, este valle que acabamos ahorita, a la par de este volcán, que es el que se ve acá. Ese volcán es el que se ve acá. Y luego vamos a llegar a Colima, sobrevolamos Colima y de ahí nos vamos en esta dirección. Nos vamos en esta dirección. Y para llegar acá a Manzanillo y evitar estas montañas. Que creo que a la altura a la que vamos no son factor, pero no me... Igual es bueno no tentar al diablo, ¿no? Yeah. 40 years ago. No, not these planes. These planes don't fly straight. You avoid the mountains. Little planes. See, the problem with this little tiny plane is that it is naturally aspirated, so it needs oxygen, like a car, right? It needs oxygen to make the ¿cómo se dice? Carburación, the process where it works, right? Explosion. And as you get higher in altitude, there is less oxygen available, so you need to adjust the mixture, like here, like we have been doing throughout this whole flight, so that you get more air, less gas, and you achieve the same amount of explosion or the same amount of power. But as you get up higher, the air is so thin that you don't have enough oxygen anymore, and the motor just doesn't want to work. Another problem that you have with these little airplanes is that the cabin is not pressurized. So when you go above 10,000 feet, which is around what we're flying at the limit pretty much right now. When you go above that, because you don't have pressurization, you need oxygen. So the people in the airplane have to wear masks, right, or canulas, and tie to a little bottle of oxygen and use the oxygen when you're at that altitude. So if we were going right now at the altitude to clear these mountains, we would be having to go, let's see, according to the map, we would have to be flying above 15,000 feet. And 15,000 feet, you definitely need gas masks, or people will start, getting hypoxia, or headaches, or just feel good. That's why when you go to Cusco and all these other places in Peru, Machu Picchu and all these places that are really up high, people get high, ¿cómo se dice? Altitude sickness, right? Because of the lack of oxygen and the lack of pressurization. And that's not a good thing to have when you're flying an airplane, right? So yeah, so we try to stay low on these kinds of airplanes. You don't fly straight, you fly around the mountains. Also, you avoid the weather, right? So if there was a lot of clouds or storms, we would have to plan our flight around the storms and not go through them, because inside the storms it's nasty. It's awful. And these little planes don't take that much of use, They shouldn't anyways. But you get beautiful views. I mean, estas vistas are fantastic, huh? That is pretty. Can you open the window? Oh no, you can't open the window. I wish you could open the window. All right. We are almost at Colima. Oh, look at that. Alexa, stop. So Alexa says that it is now time to switch. Let's look at our flight plan and see where we were supposed to turn. We're supposed to go 166. So let's do that. 166. But we're right over Colima by this point, right? 166. Because that part of the flight, it's only around 20 nautical miles. So if that is 20 nautical miles and we're going at 145, we only need to be in this direction for 8 minutes. So let's see, what time is it? Let's set my, okay, 45, we're good. We are good. Hold on, guys, 1 second. Be right back. Sorry guys, back. I'm back. So, hey Josafat, you never flown on a little plane before? It is really, really a lot of fun. If you don't get motion sickness, I recommend it because it is so much fun. You see the world from a totally different perspective. The world looks small. and you just get inspired. I mean, look at this. Isn't it beautiful? Commercial flights only, yeah? Well, dude, I would suggest go to find somebody who has an airplane, a small airplane, and ask for a ride, because it is fun. Número uno, super divertido. Número dos, your outlook on life changes because you see the world from a place that you're not used to seeing it. Throughout my life, especially where I live, and with all the stress of every day and everything, you start to see the world like ugly. You think that your city is ugly and dirty and like there's crime or there's a whole bunch of problems, right? But then you go on one of these tourist flights, you know, you can, I think here in El Salvador, you can get a tourist flight for maybe $150 or something like that. And they take you up for an hour and you see the city, or you can go out to the coast and see the volcanoes and something, and then they go back and they land. But when you see the city or you see your country from this altitude and you see how beautiful it is, really, your mind changes. Everything comes back, como que te recentras, te centras otra vez y te das cuenta de que la escala de las cosas no es tan grande, la escala de tus problemas no es tan grande como te lo imaginabas. Sé que en realidad sí ayuda un montón este tipo de vuelos. Y mira, vamos a llegar al volcán, ¿no? There's a volcano over there to our right. Ah, cool. That volcano, let's see what this says it is. Let's see, maps.google.com. Let's see what Google says. Because I don't know this place. This is totally new to me. Colima. Colima, Mexico. Here we go. And este se llama Nevado de Colima. Oh, este es el Zapotepetl. Zapotepetl? Okay. A mountain peak called Zapotepetl. That's what this is, I guess. ¿O este será el Zapotepetl? Uno de estos es el Zapotepetl. Nevado de Colima, mountain peak. Let's see here. Ah, ok, son dos. Este es el Nevado de Colima, el que está right at the beginning. And then this one here at the end is Volcán de Colima. All right. Nevado de Colima here, Volcán de Colima here. Cool, huh? And now we go direct Colima, I think. We are clear of the mountains. So we can go to Colima, which is in that direction. There we go. Oof, look at this, beautiful. All of this quebradas naturales aquí en el... That is just wonderful. Cómo se ve de bonito. Y se ve súper realista, ¿no? It looks really, really realistic. It's pretty hazy down there. I wonder if it's going to be hazy when we get to our airport in Manzanillo. Look, we got enough fuel. Fuel is perfect, and cylinder head temperature is nice and cool. Which I just realized we have our cowl flaps open. We can close those, and that gives us a little bit extra velocity. That means when we get here, you'll see this start to climb slowly up. Oil pressure is well in the green, oil temperature in green, and cylinder heads are not coming up even though we close the cowl flaps. Esos cowl flaps, they are usually down here at the bottom. Let's see, if I open them, open the cowl flaps. Whoop. There, they're open, see? This lets air into the engine to cool it. And if I close them, they're closed, and now you're not cooling the engine anymore. But at this altitude, we don't need to cool the engine. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. As soon as we go over Colima, see, then we're gonna head south, and we're gonna be at 279er. That should be our next waypoint here. Here, we're at Colima. We're not there yet, but as soon as we pass Colima, then we're gonna go on a heading of 231 for 30 nautical miles. And let's do our calculation over here. 30 nautical miles at 147 knots, let's say. We're gonna be going for around 12 minutes. Cool. And in a real airplane, we have a little wheel to do all these calculations. But here, some guy made a website that calculates everything for you, so that's also very helpful. Very, very helpful. Very, very helpful. Okay, let's zoom in. Y creo que, I think Colima, what we're flying over is a VOR called the Colima VOR. And if I'm not mistaken, there's an airport there over at Colima. Let's see. Yeah, there is an airport there called Mike India Alpha. And Mike India Alpha, let's look it up. Airports. Mike India Alpha. It's just called Aeropuerto de Colima. Abierto al público. Tiene torre de control. Aproximación de Manzanillo, 118.70. Está bien, nosotros estamos a 15 millas, entonces vamos a hacer nuestro anuncio. Colima traffic, November 42, Mike Romeo Echo, type Cessna. Over 15 miles to the north, inbound to overfly Colima Airport at 10,500 feet, and then depart to the, let's see, we are departing to the southwest, Colima. Esas llamadas se tienen que hacer, no me acuerdo cuántas millas antes de que entres al espacio aéreo de Colima. O dependiendo del espacio aéreo de cada aeropuerto, ¿no? Aquí está dibujado que son, creo que 10 millas náuticas. En nuestro mapita. So how do you like it so far? Isn't it fun flying around Mexico? Especially this part, it's so beautiful. Okay, now that I see this, I think one of our next flights should be in a tiny little airplane, one of those small Cubs or something, and fly through these valleys here, see? Volar por los cañones va a ser súper bonito y divertido. Ya está estas montañotas grandotas. que las dejamos atrás. Que sí, vamos rápido. Este avión es... Eso es lo que me gusta. Este avión sí es rápido. 150 nudos. Y sobre el piso, ¿no? Y en un motor naturally aspirated, o sea que no... De una propela solo de 2 aspas, que es el que tiene este avión. Ese es el motorón que tiene. Es impresionante. Logra un torque fuerte, fuerte. He volado helicópteros. I have flown helicopters. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I flew helicopters in Las Vegas, man. They're difficult. Bien difícil de controlarlos. They want to move all over the place. Somebody told me that the trick is to trim. Like for this airplane, you have this trims the rudder and this trims the elevator. For a helicopter, you can trim the whole the collective, toda esa parte de que se mueve de arriba, ¿no? And you gotta be able to know how to trim it properly, so that the plane, like wind or something, doesn't move you off track of where you want to go. Because it is tough, man. I'm not kidding. That is very, very tough. Okay, we're gonna turn 231. So let's go 231. Heading indicator. 231. All right. Y yo pensé que las montañas de acá eran más altas. I thought that the mountains over here were going to be taller, like the ridges and everything, but no, we're okay. We're okay at this altitude. And as soon as we pass these little peaks, we can start, I'm thinking we can start descending. Because these peaks are no problem for us, and we're going to be close to Colima. We're going to be 31 miles. So now we're going to go in this direction. Let's see, we're close to 150. So we're going to go in this direction for 12 minutes. Right back, guys. And we're back. You know, there's another vehicle in here in the game that I have that is just as fun as a helicopter. It's actually, no, it's actually a real airplane, a real vehicle. What is it called again? The I forgot who. I think Orbix is the one who was selling it. Orbix. It was kind of like a drone aircraft. Let me see what the thing was called. Something 1. There we are. It's called the Jetson 1. That's what it's called. The Jetson 1. Here we can see what it looks like. I'm going to show it to you guys. In here, edge. And here. Let's watch it on YouTube so we can see it bigger. There we are. This plane, I have it for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and my idea is to fly the Grand Canyon, a part of the Mississippi River, and some cities, and Las Vegas including. In this airplane, in this, it's like a drone. Isn't that cool? That is very cool. I've already flown it a couple of times in the game, and it's so much fun. But you know, it's not made for altitude flying. It's more for hovering. And that look cool. In the game, they've made a couple of race tracks, so you can race your drone aircraft against other people and have a nice fun time. That's pretty cool, I think. So maybe next stream I'm gonna fly that thing and go around some cities. And if you want to go to a certain spot or a certain place, let me know and we can do that, because it's like a fun adventure. All right. We are in the correct place now, and from here we can ask to go direct to our destination. Let's see. Direct to Manzanillo. Enter, activate, and we'll put it in nav mode. So now our plane is going to be navigating towards our destination, which we're only 40 miles away. We just have to clear these little mountains here, and we're good. There we go. go. Ahí está la costa, the Mexican coast, on the Pacific side. It's just pretty. We are only 38 miles away. Now we can see all this information because we're using navigation mode. We can see how far away we are. We're 38 miles away, and we are at 10,000 feet. So yeah, we can start descending. And we're gonna do it slowly. Let's see. Manzanillo Airport is at no, this is not the correct airport. Manzanillo is this one. We're at 30 feet, so we can go down to 1,000 de un solo. Let's go down to 1,000. We're going to go down to 1,100, arm, and start descending. There we go, descend at 600 feet per minute. We're not going to cut the power just yet. We're going to let it go fast. See how fast you can get. Look, we're already at 160 knots. De bajadita. De bajadita va más rápido el avioncito. Yeah. That, guys, that is pretty. All of this area. Por ahí está Pueblo Juárez. El banco, ¿qué es? Coastecomatán. Oh, hay un Madrid aquí también en bajo. Toda esta zona de Canoas, Camotlán, San José del Lumber, Almárcigos, El Encino. Es un montón de poblaciones. A lot of different areas all around here, little towns and villages. There we go, we're going in the right direction. Todo esto, this whole area is called Cuyutlán. All of this. Cuyutlán, according to Google Earth. And up ahead is Manzanillo. This is Manzanillo. Toda esta parte de acá. Now, the Manzanillo Airport is just one strip, goes 10 and 28. Those are the two runways, 10 and 28. That means one is heading 100 degrees and the other one is heading 280 degrees. And that is useful to us because we can see where the weather is going. The weather station in Manzanillo right now says that the weather is 150 at 10 knots. So that is awful because at 150, that means the air is coming from the south. So our best bet is to land on runway 10, but we still have a big crosswind component. So we're gonna land de ladito. We're gonna land sideways. We're gonna crab a little bit. That's okay. And 10 knots is a lot. For a high wing airplane like this one, we're going to feel those 10 knots. Okay, we're gonna slow down the airplane a little bit because we don't want to be in the yellow. We want to be below the yellow. We're doing 166, 165 knots over the ground. That's very, very good. But we're still high, you know. For 26 miles, yeah, we need to descend faster. So what we're going to do is we're going to lower the power and start descending at a faster rate. Going at 1,000 feet. Because we got to get to 1,000 by the time we get there. And we got to be adjusting our mixture also. As we start to descend, we need this mixture to go in a little bit. When we get to 5,000, we should be at half, and then when we get to 1,000 feet, this should be all the way in. And I'm going to cut more power. That alarm that we can hear is the gear. It's telling us when you cut the power, it tells you, hey, why are you cutting the power? You don't have your gear down. You're not ready to land. It's just annoying, but it's a reminder sometimes that you haven't put the gear down, guys. Don't try to land without your gear down. Sadly, that happens a lot. A lot of people land without their gear down. We are 23 miles away. You can see that over here. And we said we're landing on runway 10, right? Runway 10, runway 10. Manzanillo. The airport, I think, if I'm not mistaken, let's see. Let's zoom in. Yeah, it's after this little bump here. So it's on the other side. So acá. And it's right on the beach. So you land on the here, and then you have to drive through these mountains to get to the city. Quiero ver acá, si pueden ver ustedes esto. Esta es la ciudad de Manzanillo, que es la que estamos sobrevolando ahorita. Y acá está el... quiero ver. Acá está el aeropuerto. Y... o sea que hay que sobrevolar esto y vamos a llegar hasta acá. O sea que sí está al otro lado. It's on the other side of these mountains. So, you know, let's not descend that fast. We'll descend faster when we get on the other side of the mountains. And we can push the power a little bit. And here, because we are closer to the mountains, the air gets choppy. So our plane moves a little bit more. It's like... Also, the coastline tends to be a little choppier because of the wind coming in from the ocean. But mostly it's the mountains that mess you up. we're going to do a left pattern. That means that the runway is always going to be to our left. So we're going to fly over the field pretty much with the field to our left so we can see it. Then go around every turn to the left, and then land on runway 10. And we are 14 miles away. When we get to 10 miles is when we need to do our CTAF calls. And basically we're going to say Manzanillo traffic. We're going to say November 42 Mike Romeo Echo, 10 miles to the, we are east. 10 miles to the east. ¿Verdad? We're going to say how high we are at that moment. And then we're going to say we're going to enter a left traffic pattern for runway 10. It's good. It's always good to have that already in your head, practiced, so that you don't. I still always end up messing up. But yeah. Now it's a good time because we're going to be using the motor a lot more. It's a good time to open the cowl flaps to cool the engine. We turn our landing lights on. Taxi lights also come on. Fuel pump we're going to turn on right as we're going to get ready to land. And now we're going to lower the speed a little bit. And now we're going to say our CTAF call. Manzanillo traffic, November 42 Mike Romeo Echo, type Cessna, 10 miles to the east, 3,500 feet, inbound to enter a left traffic pattern for runway 10, Manzanillo. All right. And a quick check to see if there's anybody around. Map.vatsim.net. And Vatsim says, nope, there's nobody clear, nobody around us, so nobody's listening, which is good. That takes the pressure off. Look, guys, like nice, isn't that cool? It's always fun to look around, right? And you can see all these beautiful paisajes, all this beautiful scenery. So we're going down through the little hills here. Ooh, we're going to go right over a little hill here. Here it may get a little bumpy as we fly over this hill. It's not as scary when you know, turbulence can scare a lot of people, but it's not scary if you are prepared for it. Like if you know it's coming, as soon as you pass over a hill or a mountain or something, and then you feel it, since you're expecting it, it doesn't surprise you. It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that was not bad. And in this case, there was no, see, there was very little turbulence because of the hill. Here's the airport, guys. Can you see it? Here's the airport. So what we're going to do is fly here on the right side of the airport and turn, turn, turn. We're going to do a 3-mile final. Right? And now we can start descending a little faster because I want to get there at 1,000 feet. And we cut the power a little bit more. Mixture comes full rich. Prop comes full forward. That is reminding us that we need to put our gear down, so let's put our gear down. All right, our gear is down. And this little green light says that it is down and locked, that it is ready for landing. Okie dokie, 129 knots. Ya estamos a pattern altitude. We are at pattern altitude, guys. We're getting ready to land. So here is where I say adios to the autopilot, and we land this puppy by hand. We get here and we say Manzanillo traffic, November 42 Mike Romeo Echo Cessna on downwind for runway 10, Manzanillo. Super, ahí está nuestra pista. Vamos a cruzar un poquitín para acá. Es la pista 10 que nosotros tenemos que estar viendo. Un poco más para acá. Ok, aquí. No quiero perder altura, así que vamos a subirle un poquitín al... Vamos a poner el primer nivel de flaps. Flaps activados. Está el aeropuerto. Nosotros vamos a seguir moviéndonos hasta que esto llegue más o menos a 3 o bastante cerca a 3, y ahí vamos a hacer nuestro turn to base y turn to final de un solo, porque estamos bien cerquita. Thank you, thank you. Ah, ya me imagino. ¿Se fueron con vos? Nice. Te imagino que están esperando que vos les vas a dar algo. Que les vas a dar algo. I usually give them like a toast or one of those saltine cookies, saltine crackers. They love those.
Here's your muffin.
Thank you, sweetie. All right, guys, we're right at 3 miles. So that's we turn and we say Manzanillo traffic, November 42 Mike Romeo Echo, turning to base for runway 10, Manzanillo. Okay, and now we can start descending a little bit. And we make our turn more aggressive. And now we let the plane drop next little flaps to slow us down. Manzanillo traffic, Cessna Mike Romeo Echo on 3 mile final, runway 10, Manzanillo. There's our runway, guys, and now we chill. Isn't that cool? We just chill till we're right over the runway. Our landing light is on. We turn our fuel pump on. And we are ready. Nice and controlled. Now the wind is going to be blowing us to the south, so we're going to be crabbing a little bit. Sí. We're going sideways, so it's, you know, you just have to picture how you're gonna land so that you keep going straight on the runway. And very little controls. Very little control changes. One last notch of flaps for landing. Push the nose down. Kind of want it to go up. There we go. We slow it down. We're around 60 knots, which is great. Give some power. We went too low on the glide slope there. Oh, and the wind at the end is not helping. There we go. Come on, sweetie, you can do this. Ooh, stall horn because of the wind. Ooh, too much correcting. Come on, come on. There we go, we're over the trees, and here is where it gets nice and smooth. Y acá le bajamos. Straighten it out for a landing. Perfect. Estamos en el piso, señores. Ahora sí llegamos. Y limpiamos la aeronave. Eso es ponerlos. Ya podemos apagar el fuel pump. El landing light. Nos quedamos solo con la luz de taxi. Y salimos de la pista. Bienvenidos a Manzanillo. Listos para disfrutar la playa, los ceviches y toda la onda de aquí del mar. Todo lo bonito de la costa. Oh, hay que hacer también la llamada. Manzanillo traffic, November 42 Mike Romeo Echo, clear of the runway. Manzanillo. Okay. Aquí está el aeropuerto, señores. Quiero ver, ahí está. Se ve cool, ¿no? Lo han hecho bonito. Ah, ya está el chavo que nos va a parquear. Ya lo vi. Nos van a parquear a donde se parquean los jets grandes de pasajeros. No, pero bien. Si aquí nos quiere parquear, yo no me opongo. Un poco exagerado este chavo. Ok. Alright, señores, llegamos. Ya podemos apagar los magnetos y toda la parte eléctrica. ¡Tarán! Llegamos. Estuvo divertido, ¿no? Estuvo bien. Y creo que llegamos justo a tiempo para la hora para el desayuno. Así que yo voy a desayunar espero que ustedes pasen un súper fabuloso, lindo domingo, que gocen, que vayan en familia a hacer algo. Y nos vemos el próximo domingo para, eh, para ir en otro vuelo, chivo. Posiblemente nos hagamos en ese dron. Así que va a estar interesante. Vamos a ver bastantes cosas desde abajito. Así que pásenla bonito. Nos vemos el próximo domingo. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.